The new season is here in Call of Dragons. It's Season of Strife. Winter is upon us. Not to be confused with Winter is Coming. Not a Game of Thrones reference. I'm going to go through everything you need to know about this new season. We'll go over the policies, the new season talents. If you're queuing up for this season the first time, there's a lot of valuable information there, but also we are going to do the Riches of the Forest, the Wheel of Destiny. So use the timestamps down below in the description to jump to whichever part you want. Consider subscribing. And let's start with the new heroes in the Wheel of Destiny, because that's where I want to start, gosh darn it. So the Wheel of Destiny is generally very high value. You can get your tokens from bundles and also with gems. I'm going to get these tickets right now, the Destiny tickets, first with some gemmies. We'll max that out. And I'm also going to do a bunch of bundles here. We'll see how many of the bundles I end up needing, but I'll make my way over to here. There is a new bundle, the Blizzard Journey. Technically, we've seen this before, but it refreshes at the season start. And there is a purchase payback, which also is refreshed, which is very nice. Bunch of goodies in here that you can get for buying bundles over the course of the season that give you raw gems. So I'm going to go now to the Great Value Bundles. You can see here is the Joy of Destiny. So let's smash this off for $5. I'm in. $10. I'm in. $20 gives me another 10 Destiny tickets. I'm in. $50, and this might be enough Destiny tickets to get the job done. I could get this last bundle, but let's see if I need it. And by the way, I get all these extra goodies as well for having made my purchases. GG me. Self high five. We grab that one. We get this one. Very nice. 10 of those Forge keys. Ooh, G3 hero tokens. And now they're gone. Sadness. Gem market refreshed, so double gems refreshed, if that's a thing you do. Let's go, however, and go for the new heroes. Magro and Danfell. And you get to set what heroes are in here, which is pretty nice. That is definitely an upgrade over the way that it worked once upon a time. Let's get going here. If I land on Magro, Danfell, Urag, and Tobin, then I get everything else on the wheel. That's the way this works. So if you get the 3 special spots, you win. You're done. You don't have to do anything else. Is that likely to happen? No. But did it happen for me last time with this amount of spending? Yes. So we'll see. Okay, so far, no unlocks. We're 12 in. Now we're 15 spins in. And we got Danfell, the tiny juggernaut. I am hyped for this bro. I'm also hyped to get his shield and equip it to him. But there is the Danfell unlock. Welcome to the Smash Squad. Now we've got only 3 special spots left. Can I get it in 30 spins? Seems kind of unlikely. Not gonna lie. I'm probably gonna end up getting this $100 bundle. So we spin again. And really, if you're a very low spender, you can see here, like, if you really want one of these heroes, I mean, you don't have a great chance with a small number of tickets you're going to get any one specific hero that you wanted. So maybe with the new season rules, you can save your tickets across seasons. They used to cash them out for a small amount of gems. Let's see if it keeps the tickets here. There's a limited number of prizes you can earn. There's the common prizes and the premium prizes. We talked about that. You can spend 1 to 3 Destiny tickets per spin. Each time you spin the wheel, you choose, you have your 4 different heroes. Once you draw a hero, it cannot be selected again. It doesn't say whether or not you get to keep the tickets, but I thought they changed it so you could, but whatever. Let's just spin this thing and see how we do. Whoa! There's full Urag. Okay. 2 heroes left here. I'm going to end up buying this bundle, I suspect. If I was really on the doorstep, like if I only needed 1 more full hero, maybe I'd buy the full price gem pulls. But let's do our 2 additional pulls here. And not impressive. I think I'm going to need these tickets. Yeah, that'll guarantee that I can get the Magro. And I'm probably not going to use all of them. Ooh, Legendary Trailblazer. What? Hey, yo. They changed this? Wait, did they? What is this? They just made this like a really weird presentation of the way that it used to be. Is this like the same loot that you used to get from this, but like now I do the $5 bundle over here? That's interesting. Okay, sure. Does that feel better to buy it that way? It doesn't feel particularly better or worse, but we go to the Great Value Bundle. We buy the $100 Joy of Destiny. Looks like we need it. Smash out the 3 spinners. Well, I thought I got it right away. I was like, bro. Hey, yo, bro, come on now. At least, I mean, it'd be cool to get it early, but if I don't, then I feel very justified in having spent that $100. Okay. There's the full Tobin. Magro is the most important one to pull, however, and I still haven't gotten him. And we're out of the window where I could have just bought 10 these tickets for gems here, so definitely didn't need to do that. GG's. It's going to be any time now, right? As soon as I get it, I get everything else on the wheel, which is insane. But also, as other spots on the wheel disappear, then my chances of getting Magro go up. Chances of getting everything goes up. In fact, if I look at my chances now, that doesn't update the chances. Oh, well. Here we go. Still, come on! I want this new hero. Gosh darn it. This is actually one of the worst spins I've done. There we go. Finally. Welcome to the Smash Squad, Magro. I am so hyped. See, it gets me the rest of the wheel. GG. But whatever, new heroes and the bundle over here, which I'm definitely snapping off. This is, generally speaking, a high-value bundle. $5 for 10 hero tokens is pretty good. I mean, normally, if you go to your great value bundles, right, like right over here, let's say I want to get, more hero tokens more quickly, $5 is going to get me 2 legendary hero tokens. So, yeah, it is value compared to the other bundles. All right. Well, we've done that. There is one more spending event to do here, Riches of the Forest, which I would strongly recommend skipping. You really need to know what you're doing, and you really need to be a Kraken to do Riches of the Forest. If you want the Shield of Sturdiness, wait for the first Forge of Light. It's almost certainly going to be there, but I will do the 50% off crack on this, and GG. And we're just going to leave it at that. That's all I'm going to do. That's it. Now, there are important things that need doing, and time is a wasting, and let me explain. If we make our way to the season policies, this is a critical portion of how you gain power over the course of your season. So the season policies have changed over the course of many different seasons, and it looks like we're starting with prestige gained per Darkling, so you want to get this as fast as possible, and Chain of Command, CP recovery, as fast as possible. Then you get Legion capacity. From there, elixir production and resource healing quantity. Then you have kind of a weird choice. You either go easy does it, which will reduce your gathering speed, but give you 15% more resources when you return to your city. So if you don't like to look in game as much, that seems good. Or opportunist, where you go smash enemies that are gathering, and if you defeat them, you get half their resources, which is really, really gross. I feel like this is not fun for the people getting wrecked, but oh well. Grants 50% of the enemy's gathered resources. I assume it takes it from them, which is such a yikes. Then there is 10% more resource healing cost reduction that you can do, and a critical 50 stamina. You get your stats here, increased damage dealt when fighting different types of units. That's a variation, I should say, on kind of what we're used to. Buried Bones is going to reduce the number of deads you take. 20% are going to be revived at the end of the season for a total of 50%. Make Way is still here. GG's, reinforcing it will be a thing. You get a cheap warrant over there. Then you've got your typical breakdown here of increasing your elixir capacity of your shaman hut or your elixir production speed. And then over here, stockpile days. We've seen this before, or your daily resource healing. We've seen all this military expansion and 2 more warrants. Then, the choice for most people is going to be diligence here. This is a big choice. It's going to restrict the number of troops that can be in your hospital, but your daily resource healing limit goes up by 5 million, which is huge, especially in conjunction with stockpile days. I am 99% sure this got nerfed, though. It's only a 20% healing cost reduction. I thought it used to be much more. And the stamina limit bonus of 50% is insane. The elixir capacity limit here is cool, and the elixir production's nice, but like, I don't know, Reprieve is like a very free-to-play way to maybe go. And then Benevolence, 50,000 elixir production, very small resource. Healing cost, 10% more prestige. I don't know who this is designed for. I don't know who's picking it. As we move on, you've got more healing related stuff that we've seen in the past. I don't need to talk about that because we've seen it before. Then we've got something interesting, okay? You can form army groups. I'll explain that in just a minute. But you have choices for whether or not you want to buff your army groups or buff the damage you deal to army groups. You must pick one, I believe. And then from here, you get rallied army damage and garrisoned army damage. Then you get an increased merit gain rate when you're a part of an army group. Bitter End we've seen in the past. It makes it so you deal 5% more damage, but if both sides have it enabled, then you take deads, which is crazy. And then Palliative Care. You get 1 elixir for every one of your T4 or higher units that dies. That is a borderline irrelevant amount of elixir. And then you gain 1 merit for every one of your T4 or higher units that dies. Again, a borderline irrelevant amount, but it is not nothing. So I'll take it. Like, these are definitely nice additions compared to having nothing. So they are, I'm not complaining. I would like to see this be like somewhere between 2 and 5 elixir to really start to get my attention. 2 and 5 merits. Maybe this should just be 5 merits for every one of your units that dies. Like, I'd like to see that number get bumped up, personally. But those are your season policies. Now, because of this, you need to go hit Darklings right away. Okay, so I'm going to go do that after this video, but you hit a Darkling, and then you want to immediately increase your prestige from Darklings. Hit another Darkling, increase your prestige from Darklings, and so on, okay? From here, we need to talk about the season talents. Now, these are really interesting, okay? I'm going to start with Battle Acuity because long-range warfare is back. So your marksman units have attack range equal to your magic units when they're in the field, but they have 20% less base physical attack. This is a really nice quality of life feature, and it makes being a ranged player a thing. Holy cow. Like, it is very, very, very powerful. Most people should probably just take this, honestly. Most people should not think. They should just take long-range warfare. Just scoop your brain out of your head and pick long-range warfare. For 99% of people, I really genuinely feel that that is the case. Hearts is 1 makes it so you have at least 1 ranged legion in battle. In the field, each additional ranged legion that enters battle increases ranged legion's attack. Yeah, so you're supposed to use 5 ranged legions at a time. Okay, you can increase your march speed by 10%, which is insane. I mean, I'll hover over each of these. You can see what they are if you're making decisions here about it, but there's powerful stuff here. The thing I said I would show you is this right over here. Together for Glory, okay? You can create army groups formed of infantry or cavalry units. After creating an army group, you will receive a 5%, or you will receive 5% of the merits obtained by other lords' legions while they're in your army group. You can receive up to 100,000 merits earned this way per week. Each alliance can have 10 army groups at once. So army groups are so powerful, you can only have a limited number of them. I'm very afraid this is just going to feel like rallies are in the open field, but we'll see. We'll see. I believe an army group can have a total of 5 armies in it. Oh, look at that. After activating the talent Together for Glory, you can create your army groups on the Alliance War page by selecting one of your legions on the map and tapping the corresponding button. Wow. Okay, so there's the army. How do you join the army group? Technically, that's an army group. Oh, do they show this part? They don't show the next part of how to join it. Very interesting. I kind of want to like hit pause on this. Wow. Okay. Yeah. Presumably, you can put your own armies into there. If not, other players could join in, I would assume. It's going to be a very powerful feature, I suspect. So leading up to that point, your legions can return to your city much faster, which is pretty cool in a lot of situations. You could also go for more damage dealt based on your gaining merits. So gain 1,000,000 merits, gain some extra damage. If you're a rally or garrison, that's definitely worth doing. Hack and slash. Your melee units gain hack and slash upon entering battle, increasing their attack. Which seems really good. I'm probably going to have to take that for like a rally garrison. Logistical support. I hate that I have to choose between this and logistical support. This is reducing the cost of resource healing at your shaman hut. Really wish I could take that, but I feel pretty obligated to take hack and slash. And then all the way up at the top, Thundering Stampede. After creating an army group, by the way, army groups can have infantry or cavalry, okay? When your army group's cavalry units launch an unyielding rush at their targets in the field, they take 40% less damage, and rush's cooldown is reduced by 20%. I do feel like cavalry groups are going to absolutely raffle stomp backline ranged units. Like, I think backline ranged players do not know what is about to absolutely end their day, and it's this. It's going to be Thundering Stampede. I definitely look forward to seeing that. I will have to go Unyielding Army because I'm going to be the infantry guy. After creating an army group, when your army group's infantry come under attack from ranged units in the field, they have a 15% chance to reduce all damage taken by 25%, which is insane, and deal counterattack damage factor to their target. Okay, yeah, sure. Make these stupidly overpowered things even more overpowered. Okay. I mean, I'm in for it. I think it, I don't know. I'm sure they balance tested it. It seems very powerful though. All right. From here, the field morale tree. You can take either furious counterattack. When your infantry and cavalry legions are in an army group, they deal 5% more counterattack, which seems really good. Or you gain 10% more merits through combat with other players. I mean, I think you got to take the army group one if you're joining army groups. Here, your legions and keeps do more damage. Nobody cares. You can take the normal damage, probably. And then exemplar. I mean, I guess this is only when you're in the field. But exemplar. Select one of your legions on the map as the target of exemplar. After a short charge up, 5 surrounding alliance legions gain 10% attack for 15 minutes. Does not apply to legions in a rally or garrison, but does not seem to exclude an army group. When alliance legions buffed with exemplar obtain merits, you also get 5% of the merits. You can obtain a maximum of 150,000 merits through this effect each week. After casting, each exemplar cannot be cast again for 1 hour. I think it's very interesting. Like, 5 more Alliance Legions gain the Exemplar buff. Oh my god. So 10 Legions can get the buff. But it looks like you can only do this like once per hour, which I think is a good thing. Just, I don't know. You're just going to sit around casting buffs all day. It would be kind of boring. When you cast Exemplar on one of your legions, the legion and any other of your legions surrounding them gain the buff. This does not count toward the total number of legions who can gain the buff. Oh my god. So everybody's going to group up. You're going to get a little pep talk from the exemplar and then run out in the field. All right. That sounds cool, honestly. Harvester, your legion gathers 15% more resources from resource points. Back in business, recover CP. Increase the proportion of revived units in the ossuary. I feel like if you can use a reset at the end of the season and switch to this, literally on the last day, everybody should just switch to this and get 3% more troops back. Am I crazy? Reduces command point cost of destroying a Darkling fort by 10. A lot of the economical value in battle preparation, honestly. And then Alliance protection. When you're gathering in Alliance territory, you can't be attacked. And when it's in combat, it cannot enter a resource point. Okay. And then all the way up top, Fruitful Alliance. When gathering from an Alliance resource center, Legion gathering speed is increased by 50% and load capacities. I mean, nobody cares about that. And then Diligent Statecraft, there it is. Extra warrant. This is what you care about. This is what I care about. This is what we all care about. All right. So you've got the same talent quests, I believe, here. Let's see. Spend 500 minutes building Alliance buildings. So you can get that one pretty quickly. 800 Darkling patrols. 11 villages occupied. 1,000,000 merits. capture 80 war pets, finish the Augur Stone Golden State Dream. So at an Augur Stone point, you're going to get that. Finish the Augur Stone, the time is now, you get another 3. And then Silent Celebrations, another 4. So most of this is just Augur Stone related, which I think is probably a good thing. So there's really only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more points you can get, like, just doing things yourself. So this costs 1, this costs 2, this costs 3. So theoretically, you get army groups pretty quickly, actually. That could theoretically come pretty quickly. Very interesting. Very interesting. You will not get long-range warfare very quickly, but it all depends on these Augur Stones and which ones we're actually talking about here. I suppose I could look a little bit. Oh yeah, they come pretty fast. When this chapter ends, the standard season talents will be unlocked. Okay. What else do we have? Advanced season talents, the time is now. Yes, that's Golden Dreams, the time is now. See, these are fast, right? If I go back to the season talents real quick, here they were. Season talents. Golden Dreams, the time is now. Yeah. So, wow, you get those very quickly. I'll have to think about what I think some of the best builds will be. And let's see here. I mean, I think that covers the majority of the stuff you need to know. If I zoom way out, here's the map. I can probably show you a better map summary here. All right, so this is the map. We're in this zone over here. We're going to be fighting, I think, for this zone first. Then we go into here. Let's see where the passes are, actually. I've been kind of curious for that. So pass 1 is exactly like I thought, into the neighboring zone. And then pass 2 is going to be where? For the little ancestor statues. That's fine. Then pass 3 takes us to, I would assume, the next zone. Yep, there they are. And then pass 4, we get these little fights off to the side. Pass 5. Ooh. Pass 5, you start to do zone invasions over here. So you can invade the neighboring zone. That's very interesting. And pass 6 is kind of the same thing, but a different spot. So it just kind of like applies more pressure to these zones. Okay, and then pass 7 is into the final zone. I mean, the thing that's a little weird about the way that this map is set up, to be perfectly honest, is that keep me honest, but I feel like everybody's going to play this as a 3v3, and it's designed very obviously to be 2v2v2, and I just don't think anybody's going to do it that way. So that's going to be really interesting, because basically one group always gets potentially wrecked off rip in this zone, or this zone, or this zone. But it all depends on how balanced it is, or balanced it isn't. Yeah, we'll find out. Subscribe. Oh, and Dire Bear off rip here. How about that? Dire Bear in the starting zone. I feel like that's kind of a cool upgrade. So we got the Dire Bear. We got, what is this? Oh, yes, the Miasma Giant. Okay. Interesting. And then the level 3 behemoths. Yeah, this has always been this, right? The Rock. Thunder Rock. The 4 behemoth is what? Let's see here. Yep, Hydra. It seems to always be the Hydra. Okay. Seems good. And then the 5 behemoth is, yep, Necros. GG. All right. And then at the very tail end of things, we've got the dragon in the middle. The Frost Dragon. It's a fun encounter. Done it a couple times at this point. All right. Enjoyed the vid? Throw a like on here. Consider subscribing. You want to see my review of Mogor or Danfell? Cards will be in the end screen in just a second. I think they're going to be really powerful this season. Like, really powerful. So, you probably want to unlock them. Both of them, honestly. But you'll see what I mean in those videos. Until next time, You have fun smashing your enemies. Take care, everybody.